My anxiety and OCD for the past 5 months since November has been skyrocketed to an entirely new level that I have never experienced in my life before. As someone who does have ADHD and OCD and debilitating anxiety, which I've recently gotten on medicine for, so I'm really proud of myself. I wanted to share some of the most incredible books that I've read the past few months that have made the biggest impact on my life and my mental health during these really hard months. I think it's easy for us to say oh, a book is just a story, but it's really not. It's so much more. It really does impact people on a very deep level. Some of these books, I'm looking at them over here, have just brought me so much joy in a time where there was so much darkness, and I'm just really, really grateful for that. So the first book that I am going to talk about is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I'm sure if you are on my social media or you follow my Goodreads, you've seen me talk about this a few times. I think I read this in November, which was, I think, my last really good month mental health wise, but I am on the up and up with my new meds. This book was hysterical. I read this book and it was one of my absolute favorite Megan Quinn books. It still is. When I read it, I finished it and I was like feral. I'm like, this is the best Megan Quinn book I've ever read. I just read a new arc of hers actually this month, and it does come out this month. It's called Bridesmaid by Chance, and I think that one is my number one now. Bridesmaid by Chance is 100% my favorite, and this one is 99.9% my favorite. So they're both my favorite. My friend always teases me because she says every time that I finish a Megan Quinn book, I'm always like, oh my God, it was my favorite Megan Quinn book. This one was hysterical. It got me through a really difficult time. And actually my partner even read this one and he thought it was hilarious as well. Definitely check this one out, but also make sure that you check out the Bridesmaid for Hire series by Megan Quinn. The third book, like I said, is coming out this month and it is hysterical. I was literally crying from laughing so hard. I'm just so grateful for books that help me do that right now. Thank you, Megan. Thank you. Actually, the next book is a part of a series. It's the first book, Glass Wings by Elle Cayley. She was kind enough to send me the second book of this series. It's called Burning Glass as an arc. Thank you so much, Elle. I really loved this book. Basically, a retelling of the gods. I really like it because it switches between present day and then their past experiences, which I don't know about you, but for an ADHDer, I love that. I don't even know the technical term for what that's called when it comes to writing books, but I adore that because it keeps me really engaged. This book is very heartfelt. There's funny parts. There's parts that leave you oh my God, are you kidding? Both of these, this book and Burning Glass, which is the second one in the series. I really liked Glass Wings as well because the main character, Hadley, she is a sex worker in the beginning of this book, and there's just so much positivity when it comes to sex working in this book, and I really appreciated that. I really enjoyed this book. Continuation of that series, this is called Burning Glass. This one just gets even more in depth. Hadley's experience, she finds out a few things about herself. You get to experience her discovering her true self as she's going through these books. I really loved this one. I'm like that though because I'm a series girl, and so the more that I get into the series, the more I absolutely love it. I highly suggest the Glass Wing series by Elle Cayley.